Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Sparks Plays Minecraft. Yes indeed. Yes, finally we're going to get started with the redstone. The first floor of the Fesse, which I have been looking forward to for quite some time now. So many things I wanted to say, and as soon as I hit that record button, it all vanishes from my head. Let me see. Yes, we've got our beacon. We have speed from it, which is quite nice, and it does cover the whole of the tower itself, but it doesn't cover the edges of the Fesse. So yes, we're going to start with the redstone today. One big problem I've worked out is that this tower, the very top, there's going to be a mob farm, and you need to be up there for it to work. So we need a way to get up, and at the moment there's no real... I have no idea how to do a staircase. I don't know whether to do a spiral staircase that goes up like that, and then maybe another one over here to balance it out, or whether I should have like a sweeping staircase that rises up like that. I'm not entirely sure what to fit in. It looks like a very wide workspace, but the amount of redstone this sorting system needs, you'd be surprised. Oh, this buckaroo bed again. Is it going to let me sleep? Oh yeah, it's getting better. So yes, the first thing I noticed shortly after... Let's see if I can get that. Kind of. And one more. There we go. The first thing I noticed right after I finished the episode, while I was editing it, that I can actually save myself quite a bit on hoppers here, because for the... I also want to replace these with logs rather than planks. I think it'll look nicer. Just make it look more like a sort of a central trunk, as it were. I lost a plank down there. I noticed that I can actually save myself a little on hoppers, because you have to have a hopper every time along the chests, but after that you can actually go ahead and you can want chests every other space, which will actually increase the storage space and save on hoppers. One thing, I want to have chests at this level here, and now I realise what I've forgotten. I knew I was supposed to be making something. It's trap chests. I need to go get some tripwire hooks. But the first part of this system, we need to work out when the storage is full, detect when it's full, and then send a message to the appropriate farm to tell it to turn off. So I'm going to have to go get some tripwire hooks. That much is clear. And I'm also going to start replacing some of these hoppers with chests. So that has to be a chest hopper. We can have chests here. Praying I don't lose any of these. Oh, okay. They're all going to drop into the hoppers below. And I need to get some tripwire hooks as well first. Otherwise these are going to get messed up. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, well that's been done. Quite a few of the hoppers down here have now been replaced with chests. I started this episode with a stack and 3. I now have a stack and 27. So that was a delicious saving and a bit of hindsight on my part. I could have saved myself a lot. Okay, so my inventory is full of redstone stuff. I've been looking forward to this episode for quite a bit. So first of all, we need to work out a way of detecting when our storage space is full. So we're going to use these chests and comparators like so. Now the reason I'm using chests is to help with overflow. The way we're going to do this is as items flow through, right? Oh, I'm just going to get some leaves here and power these hoppers so that when we run tests the items don't all flood down into our storage system. We don't need that. When the system is running and items are being sorted, every now and again you'll get one item in there, right? And that gives out a redstone signal of 1. So, to stop it thinking it's full every time one item goes through, we need to wait until that redstone pulse reaches 2. The reason I want to use chests here instead of hoppers, as well as being a little bit more sort of cost efficient, is that it takes more items before it reaches that second tier, which means it takes more for that third tier. Because these are stacked like this, if it gives a signal of, say we have repeaters here, right, like so. If it gives off a signal of 1, that goes to here and doesn't do anything else. If it gives off 2, it goes here, powering that repeater, and here, which doesn't power any other repeaters. If we've got 3, because this filled up too far, it would go 1, 2, 3, and it would power both these repeaters. So it takes more items in a chest than in a hopper to reach a signal strength of 3. So that way the farm has more time to turn off. Like if you turn it off just as it was doing a harvest, you get a stack of items coming down, and that might mess with the system. So first things first, we have to have some sort of detection system which works out when it's full, and we need to be able to separate this as well. I'm using stone bricks for our redstone. Don't really know if there's any need for that, so we need to make sure that all these wires can be separated. So we can have a wire here, repeater there, and there we go. There's a 1 block space between each signal, apart from these two. But we could do that if we had to, like so. Yeah, very good. So that's for the 4-sided thing. We've got to put comparators all along here. I have this horrible feeling that I'm 1 comparator short for this project, but we shall see. These ones are much the same again. 2 spaces, and I can finally talk about the horses now. We've had horses for 2 weeks. Usually our accidental Let's Play videos are 100% like live. You know, they're recorded and they're edited and uploaded as soon as possible. But when we went to look for horses, there was quite a bit of good footage, and we decided to make 2 episodes. Otherwise, it would have been a very long single episode. So we've had horses for a while, including the last Sparks Plays Minecraft that was released, and it meant that I couldn't talk about them. But the reason I wanted to talk about it was because we started here, right, and we went into the jungle. Let me see. This place is so symmetrical. Okay, so we went this way, went to the edge of the jungle, and we walked all the way around the jungle. I believe our X or Z coordinate at some point was around 3,000. The horses were that way. If we'd gone the other way around the jungle, we'd have made it there. It's not very far away. It's at 1,000 something, about 1,000, and we're at 1,000 minus 900 here. I think it's about 1,000 blocks from here, and we went completely the wrong way, which is just quite funny, really. I think I do need repeaters here first to strengthen the signal. There we go, and then I can do this. Okay, repeaters here also. I may need to get more redstone supplies. This is probably going to be the most expensive floor, to be honest. I'm going to leave all this wire for the moment because I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing with it yet. Basically, what's going to happen here is that when the chest is full, when this chest is full, it means that every chest under it is also full, which means that we want to turn the farm off to stop anything overflowing. So when this chest gets enough items in it to send a signal strength of 2, we need to send a pulse to the farm. A pulse to each individual farm. I've got an idea for how we're going to send messages up to the farmers in the tower, and turn it off. And then we also need to make sure that when this chest empties, it sends another pulse and turns the farm off. Okay, so there's a couple of rules we need to consider while building this. First of all, this space needs to remain open and empty because the beacon has to have a clear line of sight. We can technically put hoppers or glass here. I don't know if we can put redstone or repeaters. Actually, let's just test that because I'm curious. I know that, or I'm fairly certain that this won't turn the beacon off. Let's put a solid block over it just to see if it just turns it off right away. And this should now turn on after a moment. Yeah, okay, so it can definitely run hoppers. Can it run redstone? Yes, okay, that's interesting to know. You can also place redstone on hoppers. Repeaters? Okay, so pretty much any non-solid block, I guess. Can we put chests there? They're transparent, right? Yeah, okay. So there's a few things we can put here. If we're strapped for space, we can have hoppers running through that space and such like. I'm not going to get this hopper back, am I? Oh, it is powered. That's why it's not picking anything up. I want this hopper back. I don't need that. Bye. Okay, so the next bit is going to be more expensive, which is why I have all these hoppers. We need to take all the items from the farm and sort them. Now I made a design for this, and then I had another idea. I'm not sure which one to go for anymore. One option is to have one hole on the side of this farm somewhere, and all the farms in this tower funnel their items to the same hole, drop them down, and then they get put through a sorting system that puts them into the correct space. That's one option. Sorry, I had a moment of confusion. Why are there single chests here and double chests downstairs? I forgot that they're this one feeds this chest and the one under here, and this one feeds this chest and that one under there. It's all good. What about these? Oh right, those are the... Okay. I got very confused for a moment there. So that's one option. We drop all the items down the same shaft, which is very space efficient for the other farms, and then sort them down here, which is very expensive. The other option is to have one hole per item, and then have like one shaft per item, and then each farm drops their items down the according slot, which I had this idea a moment ago, and I'm trying to... I think that would be a lot cheaper, because I was going to... because you can just have hoppers here, like this, to catch the items, and then you funnel them down. Let me see. Downsides to that, it requires a bit more space. We can't build anything in the center here anyway, because we've got this beacon, but it will increase that space by 2 blocks, that we can't have any farming stuff. The other disadvantage is that these are right next to each other, so I'm not certain how close they can be dropped, if that makes sense. Whether we can get an item to fall with enough precision to always land in that hopper and not that one, or in this one and not on the either side. But I think you can use iron bars or glass panes to make sure an item drops specifically down. Let me think. I'm gonna have a quick nap as well. This place is deadly at night. Okay, so I've decided, I just logged back in, which is why the terrain's regenerating. I've decided that I'm going to build the big, complex, expensive system because it's cooler. I think it'll be more interesting to do, and I may need more chests. Yeah, basically, I might change it, rip it out later if I don't like it, if there's any huge flaws with it. But for now, whoopsie. For now, I think I'm just going to go ahead and build the big, massive system. I have the hoppers for it, and I think it'll look pretty cool. So I may change my mind and tear it down later, but this does have the advantage of being being less likely to have its items mis-sorted, and also it will help save space further up. So this is going to be quite expensive because of all the hoppers. The filter has to be quite high up, which is why I'm going up like this. Has to be quite high up because otherwise the torches from it power this redstone, and that's not something we want. I could really do with some ladders. I'm going to make some ladders quickly. Okay, so I've added all those hoppers again. So I've used this filtering system before in earlier episodes of Sparks Plays Minecraft, back in my old base, when I was building a sorting system for my shaft mine. I used this system. I believe it's been designed and shown by quite a few people, but I first saw it from Aerophyte. It's a very, very clever idea, and one beautiful thing about it is that it is stackable. I have no torches. I'm going to make some. There we go. It's tileable and right next to each other. So the way it works is you have your filter item in here, and I think it's something like 20 something, 24, 23, 22. I thought it was 22. So it keeps 22 items in there, and if any more are added, it sends them through and down to here. You can see that all of these have I used wood to place some of the. Why can't I open you? I've been having connection issues today, which is not good. I was going to go look at some horses, but horses are they're server side, and if you have a bad connection, it's nearly impossible to ride them. So yes, the filter works very nicely, and I'm just going to for this side, they are all facing in like this, which is very good. We can do that. We can put our torches here, and you see, if this was one lower, it would power the redstone down here, so it has to be quite high, and unfortunately that means more hoppers. But I digress. Let me see. Let's get our comparators. I think we're going to be a little short on comparators. I'm going to have to go find some quartz. I think I might have some. I'm not sure. So same principle as before. The most this ever outputs is 2, and therefore it never interferes with anything else. For these side ones here, I want to try and make this system as small as possible. So rather than going out like this, which is the same pattern, I'm going to make it go in this direction, like so. Since it's only the one, whoopsie, which won't interfere with anything else, and then the other one will go here where I made my ladder. I think I'm gonna have to go get some more comparators. They're quite expensive to make, really, comparators, but this whole project is quite expensive, but I think it's gonna look pretty good when it's done. With any luck, it'll look pretty good when it's done. Let's see. I'm just gonna finish the rest of these off. What do you know? Oh no, there's those 2 left. I'm 2 comparators short. I thought I was 1 short, but don't trust me in maths. 1, 2. Okay, well, I was pretty close on the amount of materials I needed. I kind of vaguely worked it out beforehand. I knew how much the filters cost. Okay, so here we go. We've got a system. I still need to run a top line of hoppers. Whoopsie. There we go. So we've got a system along the bottom which works out if the storage space is full or not, and then we have a full sorting system up the top. Very good. So what we need now is, oh, actually there's only 1 short really, because we need an overflow / items that shouldn't be in their chest. So for instance, if we take this one here and use this, we need, basically, one of these shouldn't have a oh my goodness, look at that. My connection is pretty bad, I think. Repeaters look so strange from underneath. There we go. I don't really know why that is. Like, at one point this morning, the server wasn't even responding. And we're running off a Fragnet server now. We're paying for this. So, yes, for this one here, I'm going to go ahead and not have a filter. It's just going to drop straight down. Like so. And then we have a, oops, I'm losing them all. In the hoppers, I'm going to have a line of hoppers like this that run over everything, and the items, when they're dropped down by various farms, will run through this hopper system and be sorted appropriately. Very good. I am going to take a quick moment to see how much time we have left and work out what else to do in this episode. Well guys, it seems we're out of time again. Oh man, time always flies when I'm making episodes. Very, very often. It's just, I don't know. It goes by very quickly, and at least we got something done. You know, we got quite a large part of this storage system sorted. We still have to do a lot of connecting up and things, and these signals have to be connected to things and stuff. But I think we need to do that in a separate episode. And we will probably do that in maybe 2 episodes time. Next episode, I want to do something a little different. I have been busy off camera farming obsidian. We are going to try and build a very small zombie pigman farm on the corner here, because I want to get a bit of gold. You know, it's you can't make a very good obsidian zombie pigman farm with that much obsidian. I will see if I can get some more before next episode. But I think it'll get us at least a little bit of gold, and because we will be in this area a lot while we build this tower, it'll be constantly running. I'll have it automatically killing the pigmen and harvesting their delicious golden gold. Very good. I never want to ever harvest those again. They're horrible. Yes, thank you very much for watching. Let me know, do you think that this... Did I just miscomplete? Yeah. Ooh, nearly hit the wheat. Do you think that... Oh, man. Okay, do you think that we should use this complex system, or do you think that we should have a whole separate slot for each item just drop down from their farm? And explain why you think it. And, yeah, post in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.